Up in the gentlemen, they know what they I came on top of the building again. We had a plan. We came on top of the building again. We never ran. Down there.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Roger. Hey, go, Roger.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Nate Gary.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Dancing to his left. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. This is Howard on 2nd down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. 82. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's pulled in at the 32. Big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Let's go, let's go.
Geis. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Here's Geis. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Roger. On 53. 22.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got a decision to make here on 4th down and 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee. That's the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, Wentz. His throw incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Wentz going to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll begin the drive with a jive, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a run with Geis. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't Going through progressions, he wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Richard on the toss. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
22.
Here's Keenum. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with a giant, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
This is Geis, and an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's a giant. And down to the 36-yard line here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is a giant, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Keenum now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. On 1st down, this is Geis. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And they'll go to the ground attack here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Let's go. Round 20. 22. 22. 22. 22. No. Roger.
They'll try to run with a J. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They go with Howard again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On play action, it's Keenum. Flushed out right. They will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run with Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Play fake, Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Hey, go, Roger. Hey, orange.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And out now come the Eagles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And an alley to run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, Wentz dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Down.
Now a first down throw. Keenum. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Roger. Right. 20. 47 Mike. 22.
Keenum. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this 3rd step. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Keenum. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Tressway now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Wentz now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
On the ball. Stay. Great 15.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. A good pickup there at 22. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing is Wentz. Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Wentz on the bootleg, rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. Out to the flat. It's complete to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you're all a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Keenum now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
22. On 53. Hey, orange.
Working from the gun, Keenum. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you.
Now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down.
Lau changed his name to Chris
MD14. Into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun. Wentz. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. The pressure line. And avoids the contact by sliding. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We went to
Time for
Cozumel, Mexico.
We'll come back for
Jamaica,
the electrifying
and the
conclusion
Grand
after
Cayman
this.
Nah, we was gone for 7-day cruise. On Carnival Uprising. That shit was tight though. They had a fucking IMAX movie theater on the boat. That shit. I seen Hellboy and Suzanne.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Man, that shit was right there. Definitely got to do that shit again next year, bro. Sure.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Sit out on the balcony and your lady watch the waves and shit.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point.
Cozumel.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go.
And the nigga basically do like 80 out there
here in the fourth.
Buck a U-turn, quick-ass U-turn, the whole boat.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They start on the ground with Geis. And it worked his way across the 30
that shit was
to the
scary,
32.
bro. But once you got down
it's
there,
a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Keenum now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Keenum now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hold on. Go, doctor.
Now a handoff to and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Malik Jackson there to make the stop. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense are saying go right ahead with those. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, go, Roger. Down.
That nigga, Loud changed his name.
Got it complete to Crabtree.
Better with Loud.
They'll get 11,
I like
but
that.
still lead to 4th down. Clock still rolling here, 4th down.
Yeah, they got to remember they cannot spike it. 4th down, as you noted.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Way better name with Loud City.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Man, your ass lost, cuz. Come on, this 2K.
10-10, 4th quarter. Overtime.
Uh-oh. I seen you had the stream up.
And a timeout
Yeah, I
comes
got
in.
a stream. I was in that nut-ass meeting.
With 3 seconds remaining.
That's why I ain't joined right away.
Oh, okay. What they talking about?
May 8th, season start. I'm like, why y'all waiting a week and a half? Unless everybody don't got a team. Like, some of the owners don't have a full team yet. So, like, but people trying to scrimmage and all that shit. And I'm like, alright, so who dealing with the logos?
as he's on to punt for Washington.
Like, oh, we'll get back to you. I'm like, all right, man, this shit, y'all slapped this shit together.
Yeah,
fielded just inside the 20.
It's the G League, so they want us to use G League like logos and branding and shit. So I got
That's exactly right. If they go down and
Sixers,
kick a field goal,
G League
the
team.
other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Yeah, I know that nigga from Philly.
So a tie ball game here as the kicks away.
It was
that'll be taken in the end zone.
I was, matter of fact, I'm not going to hold you. The DC Philly team sound lit. It was called, it was some pause, I think it's called the Go-Go's. But pertaining to Go-Go music, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know a lot of people know that.
Yeah. This is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all.
And Chicago had the Bulls, but somebody took that.
In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd...
That's what I would have named them niggas, the Bullets. Cause that's the name they should always have. I never really understood that bullshit.
Yeah, that shit was weird.
To be involved
that
and help their team.
We had the best name in the league,
dictate the whole thing because they know
I don't really like our colors.
Pertaining to street violence.
It's been loud in here so far.
At the time,
The
DC
Eagles
was the
now
murder
with a
capital.
1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Wentz going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
But they said the people that wasn't in the party, wasn't in the meeting, they said the teams got booted. So now there's only 13 teams instead of 23.
So was Tuck and them in the meeting?
I don't know what team there was. That's the thing. I don't think there was, though. I think Rico's the owner. I played him before. I know who he is, but I don't remember seeing his name in the chat. So he probably got beat.
Honestly, I thought that shit was
real shit. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there.
Yeah, they see me posting in the chat. Asking, like, all right, so we in there.
Right, to me, that's what
they've really stymied their passing attempts. And it continues in overtime.
You will go running in the league
that
we running in. I can see it with
be
the
cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the receivers, but the tight end, the running backs, and they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Here now is second and 10
Loud
again
is
for
the
the
starting
41.
center. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. And I was like, when I posted that, why you didn't tell me that Rico asked y'all before I did? He definitely didn't ask y'all. That's because he would say, yeah, I heard about it. Somebody already asked. Like right there, right then and there. So no speculation. It is what it is. We got Cass who played a lot. Lab got don't Cass lock at 6'10"?
Man, Cam got a pure rim. He got a pure lock.
Yeah, pure stretch. Like,
these two we can go, Cam was the motherfucking
utility man.
He got all the fucking builds. And all his builds, I think, I like 90s and up.
A big gain of 31 on third down.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering where's that magic line for my kicker. They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can
you want me down the run?
throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask
you watching my shit?
Still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash,
ball
left
placement,
hash,
everything, bro.
And that goes into the play calling in OT.
How big can the roster be?
8.
Here's Wentz to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to
I don't
have
care
plays,
what they saying.
especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT,
bro.
you've got to go to the guys you
He
can
just tried to
trust
backtrack that
and you
shit
know
when
are
Real
going to
said
make
something.
the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Yeah, I don't know. I kept it above. I was like, when I went back and read that shit, because I was in the middle of doing a bunch of shit, so I didn't really catch. I see my name mentioned, but I didn't really catch how he said it when he said it. And I was like, yeah, you just inserted my name in the conversation without no one even saying it. So that makes it seem like
nobody even said G-Boy anything. He's like,
officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
So basically, I guess this was the day I was coming back from my trip. So Saturday, I think I was on a boat, and then niggas was, Rail was having a conversation, because I guess Rail felt some type of way that we're joining this G League, and
Wins to throw on second down.
And Loud safety
here. That's complete.
Other than
and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
About it.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
In the same league, they playing on a different squad than Bullies.
That's why Red was a little spicy in the morning. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
Red was spicy about it.
Two minutes to go.
It ain't the Bullies team. It's just a team for us to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, but regardless.
The Eagles on 3rd down.
Nah, it's not the it's not the MCPA.
No, it's not the MPCA. This is the G League. This is a team, like, this is a league where you bring your whole team. But the name of the team is going to be their G League team name. But you can bring your whole, it's not a draft league. You get to bring your whole team.
Oh, my God.
Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they playing a whole other shit.
A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Everybody likes, and they see him as the captain, but he's just not on. He's just not on, bro. So it's going to always be, because Lyle won't even play if Golly not.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag.
And now that Golly not on, and he...
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter
when I run down, either Cam
now they face a 2nd and long following the whole.
I think the last time I played with Lyle is G-Boy, when we came back on the Elite 2 niggas. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, he had his slasher. He don't play with his son. He like playing with his slasher now. I don't know why, but
that's the last time I played with Lyle, bro.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving.
Niggas like to play with slashes.
It's a 1st down.
They want to dunk.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender. That's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
In transition, you a guard, but in the half-court setting, you can't do shit. I would at least like you to be a point forward slasher. That way you can dribble.
And for one of
at least.
No.
I like that. Hold on.
No gain on the play. It'll be
listen. I like that build if you're going to be on the wing. Not if you're going to be the actual point guard.
What he lacks in size, he definitely
but if you're going to be on the wing and
tackles in the run game as well.
That's what I'm saying. I like that build. If you're going to be on the wing and can dribble past a nigga and dunk on everybody, cool, I fuck with it.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
That pure slasher can't do shit. He can't even create his own shot.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
Man, that pure slasher, if you ain't in the half-court setting, if you ain't throwing that nigga whoop off the backdoor cut, it's irrelevant.
The Redskins on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
A shotgun snap for Keenum.
If he a play slash and he on the wing, cool, because that play going to give you a little bit of 3, a little bit of mid,
just a
and you're going to be able to break a nigga down if you know how to do it.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside
that nigga will be the actual point guard. Well, that, I mean, look, this is the main problem with Bully's crib. Is everybody is super emotional, bro. Like, niggas just get super emotional.
A big call here in overtime. Like, they're going for it on 4th down.
Who got more shots? Who did this?
They'll run for it. Geis. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining.
But this is the thing, though. If you willing to express that, then we can move forward and talk about it. But a lot of times niggas hold shit in and they press it in, and then they don't talk about it, and then that's where resentment grows. And niggas is resentful towards a nigga and not saying it. You see what I'm saying? Because they not talking about how they really feel. So now niggas is looking at how many shots niggas got, feeling a certain way, not saying nothing about it. Or when a nigga missing a shot and a nigga get on him, now he taking it into like he being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an unresolved issue that niggas just not willing to just flat out open.
We had 2 ties last season in 2016, and now we've got another here.
The part of the game, and I can sound philosophical here and say, well, what can you do? But neither team happy, right? No one wants to walk away from here with a tie, but I guess it's better than walking away with a loss, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the bright side for both teams, but nobody walking away a victor. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Landover.
But I think if niggas admit that they got to get better, and you just got to get, you got to just get better. Like, all right, prime example, today. I seen my nigga Rag on. He had 98 play sharp. He invited me to the party. I go to the party. They got 4 people. I'm the 5th. But one of them niggas say he need to wash dishes. We waiting 10 minutes, and we ain't got no. They like Rag like you know a lot. So I invite.